This conference will now be recorded.
So in the last session, we have discussed about the conditional statements. And as part of these conditional statements, we have discussed about the if condition with the various formats, like as simple if else, and the else if, and the nested if. All the four formats we have discussed. So now today we'll see the switch statement. So what exactly the switch statement?
Sir, one
What is
doubt
the use?
there in nested if, sir.
And how can we use this switch statement? We will see practically in this case.
Sir?
Now, yes.
Sir, in nested if, in between if and else if, can we give one more print statement?
Sorry?
Can you just scroll up? Yeah, here in if average is greater than 60, you have given system debug grade A. So can we give one more print statement in between if and else if?
So we can write that one more condition also, one more statement also. But here, if you are writing a single statement, then you can able to write directly. If you want to write one more printing statement, then we have to use braces here.
Okay, because I was not using the braces, I was getting errors.
In this braces, you have to write, we can write n number of statements also. If you are writing single statement, then we no need to use the braces here. That is a functionality.
Okay.
That's what I have given this example.
Okay, thank you.
So now let's see how can we use this switch statement and what are the various syntaxes. Basically here we have two syntaxes are available for switch statement. Okay, I will show you how can we use this switch statement, both the syntaxes with the two different examples also. We'll see practical part as well. Now previously in the last session we have discussed about else if condition, where we are going to be comparing the multiple conditions. Okay, we are comparing multiple conditions. If one condition is satisfied, then we are executing some set of statements. If this condition is not satisfied, then we are checking for another condition and then we're executing some different statements. Like the similar way, the same implementation we can able to do with the help of switch statement also. So when coming to the switch statement is also used to compare a variable or an expression value with the various branches. That means what? We can compare a variable value or an expression value with the multiple branches. If any of the branch value is matching with this expression, then we can execute some piece of code. We can execute some statements also. Like when coming to that if else condition. If we are verifying the conditions over here. If these conditions are satisfied, then we are executing some statements. We're executing some statements. Else if, that means if this condition is not satisfied, then I'm checking some more conditions over here. If these conditions are satisfied, I'm going to be executing some different statements. If this condition is also not satisfied, I will be checking with some another condition over here, some different conditions, and then we are going to be executing some statements. Like that here, we are going to be verifying the multiple conditions also. If any of the condition is not satisfied, then we can execute that else part over here. That means default block statements. Default block statements. Now, so this is the else if condition we have used previously. Like the similar way, we have switch statement also. But switch statement is having more faster performance than else if condition. Switch statement is having more faster performance than else if condition. Then how can we use this switch statement? So now here we are having the condition. These conditions are called as branches in switch statement. So now we are going to be taking a variable value. We are comparing this variable value with the various branches, nothing but various conditions. If any of the branch value is matching with the variable value, then we can execute the respective block of statements. If any of the branch statement, if any of the branch value is not matching with the condition, then we can execute that else part over here. So now, in this case, how can we use this switch statement? Now let's see. Now, let me give the note point over here. Switch statement is used to compare. Switch statement is used to compare the variable or expression value with the various branches. With the various branches. With the various branches. If any of the branch value is matching with the expression, then it will execute the associated block of statements. If any of the branch value, is not matching with, if any of the branch value is not matching with the expression, then it will execute the default block statements. Default block statements. Then how can we prepare this switch statement? Now let me explain. So now let me show you the syntax. First is syntax. Here we have two syntaxes are available. I will show you both the syntaxes with the two different examples. First we'll see the first syntax, and then we'll see one more syntax with a different example. Now, syntax one. So here the syntax will be looking like this. Switch on expression or value. Switch on expression or value. That means this is the variable. Here we can specify the variable name, or we can specify the value, or we can specify an expression. Okay. Switch on expression or value. That means you can specify a variable name or an expression. If this expression value so in this case here, I would like to compare this expression value with the various branches. I'm indicating this. When branch 1, that means value 1. Whenever this expression variable value is matching with this value 1, then we can execute the statements. Let the statements. When value 2, then I'm going to be writing the statements. When value 3, then write the statements. Like that, here we can specify. If any one of these branches is not satisfying, then will be having that else. When we can compare with the null also. when null, then we can able to write the statements. And then when else, that means if any of the condition is not satisfying, then we are executing this default block statement. This is the syntax we have to follow.
Hello. Hello.
Now, so now here it is going to be comparing this expression. So we are going to be comparing the expression value or the variable value with the various branches. This is the first branch. So in this case, I'm comparing this one expression with this branch one. If this expression is matching with this value, then execute this block of statements. And then so now if the expression is matching with this second value, then execute this block of statements. If this is matching with this third branch, then it will execute this block of statements. If it is matching with that null, then execute this branch statements. If it is not matching with any of these branches, then execute that else block statements. So that here, when coming to that switch statement is used to compare the variable value with the various branches. If any of this branch value is matching with this expression, then we can execute this block of statements here. If any of the branch is not matching, then it will be executing that else block statements automatically. Now, so this is the syntax which we have to follow right now. So now let's see in this case here, how can we compare this one? How can we execute this one? So now let's see in this case here, how can we implement this functionality? For example, I would like to take a small use case right now. Take a small use case. Write an Apex program to print the day name based on the day number as before. Write an Apex program to print the day name based on the day number as before. For example, I'm indicating this day number and the day name. If the day number is 1, I want to indicate like as some Monday. Day 2, that is nothing but some Tuesday. Day 3, this is nothing but some Wednesday. Day 4, some Thursday. Like that, here I'm indicating day 7, this is some Saturday, sorry, Sunday. If it is less than 1 or greater than 7, I want to show that invalid day number. Invalid day number. So now this is the functionality which I would like to implement. Now, I want to implement this functionality with the help of switch statement. So by using this switch statement, okay, I would like to execute this functionality over here. Then how can we execute this functionality by using this switch statement? Now let's see practically in this case. Now, so now let's see practically in this case. So let's go with the practical part. Now, so let me go to that execute anonymous window. Now I'm implementing this functionality. So now I want to define a day number over here. There is a variable. I want to define the day number. To pass this day number as input, I'm defining a variable. Integer day number. I'm indicating like a some 5. I want to identify this day number 5 is what? Is it which day? Is it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or what? I want to know. For that one, I would like to use switch statement. So I'm using the switch on day number. Switch on day number. That means I'm going to be implementing the switch statement based on the variable called as day number. So now whatever the value is available inside this day number variable, it will be comparing that. So now when the day number value is equals to 1, when 1, then I want to show the message system.debug Monday. When 2, I want to show the message system.debug Tuesday. When 3, I want to show the message system.debug Wednesday. When 4, I want to show the message Thursday. When 5, I want to show the message Friday. When 6, I want to show the message Saturday. When 7, I want to show the message Sunday. When else, that means here if any of this value is not happening, then I want to show the message invalid day number. Okay, invalid day number. So I'm defining a variable with the name day number. I'm assigning the value 5, and then it is going to be comparing this day number value with the various branches. If this value is equals to 1, it will be comparing this one. If this value is equals to 1, it returns, it will be printing that Monday. If the value is equals to 2, it is printing Tuesday. If it is 3, it will print Wednesday. If it is 4, it will print Thursday. 5, Friday. 6, Saturday. 7, Sunday. Suppose if I'm giving some wrong number, like as greater than 7, nothing but more than 7, it will be printing the message invalid day number. Now let's see. Click on execute. I'm giving the day number as 5. 5 is nothing but Friday. So it has to print that value. Select the debug only checkbox, it is indicating like as Friday. Suppose for example, I'm indicating like as some 15. We don't have any day with the number 15. You can execute it. Select the debug only, it is indicating the message invalid day. Okay. It is indicating invalid day number over here. Now, so now here in this case, what happened? It is going to be comparing that. It will compare the variable value with the various branches. If any of the branches matching with this expression, it is going to be indicating that. So now it is going to be executing the respective block of statements inside this. This is how we can able to use that switch statement inside your Apex program.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, it's case sensitive. The switch on, there is case sensitive or case insensitive?
No, it's not case sensitive. It's a case insensitive.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, too much background noise.